Today we're going to talk about the #1 most dangerous carb in the world, and it's not sugar. Okay, even by a long shot. This carbohydrate creates such a massive blood sugar spike, way more than sugar, but it's not even classified as a sugar. It's a carb, but it's not a sugar. It has the potential to create diabetes type 2 and a fatty liver and insulin resistance, which is the precursor to type 2 diabetes. In other words, it will mess with your blood sugar big time. It's going to create visceral fat. That's the fat around your organs. It will disrupt your good microbes and feed the pathogens, the bad guys in your gut. It is a super inflammatory carbohydrate. It'll create inflammation not just in your joints, but especially in your gut. If you're ever concerned about the true bad cholesterol, the LDL, small particles that can invade the inside of the arteries, this is one carb that will do it in a heartbeat. It's marketed as zero sugars. It only costs 20 cents per pound. So this is a bucket of it right here. This is 25 pounds. Pretty heavy. This is $5. And that's because it's subsidized. That means the taxpayers actually end up fronting the money for it so they can get it at a fraction of the real cost. Alright, what's the purpose of this carbohydrate? It has no health benefits. It's a filler. Okay. It adds bulk to a product. An average person consumes between 65 and 250 pounds of this stuff every single year. That comes out to 21 billion pounds of this carbohydrate produced every year. It's in a lot of the gluten-free foods. It's in baby formulas. It's in baked goods. A lot of athletes consume it. Can you now guess what this carb is? It is a starch, but not just any old starch. Not the potatoes that your grandmother served you. We're talking about industrial starch, modified food starch, cornstarch, maltodextrin. Alright. What is a starch? This is a starch right here. We have sugar over here. A starch is a string of sugar molecules on a chain, but when you modify it in the lab, you strip away all the armor. You now refine it and break it down to such a level that these bonds between the sugar become very, very weak and fragile. So when you consume it, it breaks down into sugar so fast, even more than glucose. So when I talk about industrial starch, I'm not talking about these potatoes or even the starch in vegetables. I'm talking about this powder right here. This powder that has been so highly refined. And what I mean by refined, it's mechanically ground down into a small particles. They add bleach. But of course, if you consume this in a spoon, it would not be very pleasurable. It's not even that sweet unless you chewed it for a while. Because if you chewed it, in fact, if you even took a piece of bread in your mouth, it wouldn't be sweet unless you chewed it a little bit and you broke down the bonds to release the sugar, and then it would be sweet. I'm going to run through very quickly just the chemicals that they use in this modification. You really need to know this. One chemical they use is called sodium triphosphate. This has been linked to kidney stress and vascular calcification. It may worsen bone demineralization and accelerate aging process in arteries. Here's another one. Vinyl acetate. Vinyl acetate is considered a possible human carcinogen. Here's another one. Sodium hypochlorite. This is bleach. Bleach is interesting because they regulate bleach in the water supplies as a carcinogen, but they don't regulate it in the food starch. Overexposure is linked to kidney stress and damage to your enamel and mucosal tissues. And then they add this other chemical. This is widely used in infant formulas and beverages. It may disrupt mitochondrial function if consumed in excess. So here's the point. All of